All right, hello, book lovers, storytellers, and
Hello.
of course, authors. Welcome to another session here in Readers Magnet's featured author interview. My name is Leah, and I will be your host for today. And with me is one of the Readers Magnet's featured author, and of course, one of our most valuable author we have. So today, she will be sharing to us what this book is all about, her being an author, and of course, what's the inspiration behind her book. So, everyone, let's all welcome our one and only Miss Yvonne Bronstorph, author of the book Dogs with Attitude. Hello, Yvonne. How are you doing?
Hello,
It's good to see
Leah.
you
Hello.
again.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking, Yvonne. So yeah, this is actually the second session two for
Yes,
our
yes.
author interview. So yep, we're gonna tackle about your book, and this is gonna be more information. Yes. So,
Okay.
but before we do that, Yvonne, before we tackle about your book, why not tell us a bit information about who Miss Yvonne Bronstorff is. So yep, will you introduce yourself?
Ah, I describe myself as a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a great lover of pets, especially dogs.
Wow.
And I'm a retired educator as well.
Mm, that's interesting, Yvonne. Go ahead.
Yes, so I love to write. I've always liked to write, and I like to write about the things around me, nature, the dogs, the pets, the people around me. I've always liked to write about that, and so these particular pets that I have, Scrappy, Bow Wow, Tiger, Champ, and Sammy, there was something just a little bit extra special about them. And what happened is that although those pets are all gone now, I keep remembering the things that they did. And I would sit and laugh over them with the family. We would talk and we would laugh about it. And so I started to write it because I did not want to forget these things about them. And so that is how my book really emerged, from just writing the memories and the fun, the laughter, the love, the protection, and everything they meant to the family, not just to me, but to the entire family.
Mhm.
So, this is how the whole idea of this emerged. And as a matter of fact, wrote these stories many years ago. And when I retired, my daughter said to me, Mommy, those stories, I think they're so good. And I said, Oh, no, we'll enjoy them. She says, Try, you never know. They might get published. And here we are today.
Exactly.
Here we are today.
Right. You know what, Yvonne? I really like the idea of creating this book, especially when the support is really coming from the family. And I believe that this is not just about writing the book, but it's also sharing the experience you've had with your pets. You know, way back before that they're still there with you.
Yes,
And
yes,
it's actually a good thing because family was also embracing that moment,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yes, that is very lovely, and that's priceless, Yvonne. I
And if
like
you
that.
And if you notice, I have dedicated the book to the memory of these pets, because when you love a pet so much, like a family member, and it is not with you anymore,
Hmm.
I I want people to enjoy thinking about them, smiling, laughing, remembering the things they did. And you can still feel their presence and their warmth around you. That's what I want people to do, and not think of
Right.
them, oh, they're gone. I don't know. I want you to still embrace what they were to you.
Yes, not thinking that hey, there's just pet, but
Right.
no, it's like they're human as well. You know, they have
Yes. Yes.
feelings. So, and it's you know what, Yvonne, one of the advantage I must say of having a pet because it really decreases, levels of let's say cortisol. You know, a stress related hormone. It can really definitely heal you, right? It can
Definitely.
reduce loneliness.
Yes.
A lot
Oh,
of
oh, yes.
feelings that can be supported by having a
Yes.
pet.
Not only that,
Definitely.
they sense things in you. They sense the things in you. And so,
Absolutely.
um, like when I was would be sick at home and I'd be home, the
Mm-hmm.
dog would come and sit in the room with me, and so I did not feel alone. So,
Right.
it is not just that, but they would sense if something was wrong with you, and they would
Mhm.
want to make you happy.
Definitely. I like that, Yvonne, especially when they're the one who also boosted your mood. When you're having this feeling of being emotional, like if there's a lot of stress going on. Yes, and that's actually correct because based on my research, pets can also feel that one, so that they also wanted to stay with you during those times, and that's
Yes,
one of the most, I must say, amazing things with
yes,
on having pets, right?
yes,
And also, Yvonne, these pets you have with you, for how many years already? Tiger, Scrappy, Sammy, Champ, and Bow Wow. While enjoying the moments being with them, you also discovered a lot of things that they can also do, right? These
definitely.
specific dogs have a specific skills as well. So can you tell us more about that?
Yes. I think of Bow Wow. He's the one that comes to my mind. He was
Mm-hmm.
a little scruffy mutt, and like these big dogs wanted to take advantage of him. And even today, I cannot understand when he was there and these big dogs were coming. He ran away and came back with six other dogs. And I was like, he went for reinforcement. I used
Definitely.
to thought that he went and got some other dogs to scare these big dogs. That is so human.
Right, right. So he's the one who wanted to be like, hey, I wanted to be your bodyguard. I
No,
wanted to protect you.
no,
Is that the one?
The Bower was the old
Oh, an
man.
army
He was the old
general.
man. He was the army general. Yes.
Army
Yeah,
general. Yeah, I
he went and
remember.
got his troops. He went and got his troops.
Wanted to, hey, I have a team here. Don't touch my owner. Don't touch my fur parent. I have a
Yes,
team here. I like that one. Who really wanted to have a teamwork as well, very friendly with other dogs.
yes,
And
yes.
what about the other what about the other dogs you have? What are their
Now,
characteristics as well?
Champ was so he was very possessive because if you went if you went to the house and you did not live there, there were certain crackers that he liked to eat. And if you had one of those crackers, Champ was coming after you to let you know, don't touch. So he was very possessive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he had a little trick about him. He would come to you, nuzzle up to you, want you to pat him. And as you pat him, he would nip your hand and walk away. He was like, I didn't tell you to pat me. I nuzzled to you. I didn't say you were to pat me. So, just those things you just cannot forget, you know?
Right. Mhm.
And of course,
Absolutely. With that specific attitude towards you, towards other people, those are the things that really remarkable.
yes,
Right.
definitely.
So you consider Champ as a who is he? Is he the bodyguard, the
He's the
headhunter?
crazy dog. He's the crazy dog.
He's a crazy dog.
Champ
Right.
was
What
crazy.
about Tiger? Can you tell us more information about Tiger?
Tiger was the family dog. He was he was totally part of that family. He he took charge of everything in the house. He was loving, he was extremely protective, extremely protective. If someone was approaching you and you said to the person, "Do not approach me," if the
Mm-hmm.
person continued to approach you, he would go after them, and it's like, no, they said don't approach. So he was like the life of the family. I would send my young children 3, 4 years outside to play on the lawn, and I would say,
Mm-hmm.
Tiger, watch them. And he would
Wow.
watch them. He would make sure they only went so far on the lawn. He would not
Mm-hmm.
allow them to go much further. So
Right.
he was everything to the family. He could smile. You'd say to him, Tiger, give me a smile. And he would show his teeth. Yeah.
Wow, that's very nice. Very productive, very territorial. So that means that Tiger is really the one who is capable when it comes to protecting each family member.
Yes,
I
he
like
was.
that.
He was. He
Right.
was.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and also Scrappy. There's also, yeah, Tiger, Scrappy, Sammy, Champ, and Bow Wow. So these are the dogs who is really have their special, characteristics, special
Yes.
skills. Who really wanted to be in the family, wanted to protect, wanted to be part of the family. I like that, Yvonne. And also,
Yes.
Yvonne. Now, I wanted to ask, when was the moment that you really decided to, hey, I wanted to jot down notes. Let's say being influenced by your family to, hey, this is a great story, I wanted you to write this one. What happened on that time? Where's the courage coming from that you really decided that, hey, I wanted to write this story about them?
When the family would sit and talk about the dogs and would laugh about their antics, um,
Mm-hmm.
we kept talking and laughing, and I said, I don't want to forget this. I don't want to forget this. And I started to write about them one at a time. And that, as the more I wrote, the more I got involved in writing about them, and the more I enjoyed it. It is more than just the writing, it is the absolute joy of
Mm-hmm.
writing about them and
Right.
bringing them alive again. It's really bringing them alive again, you know? And that's what happened. I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to forget. And so I started to write, jot down little notes about them.
Right. So it did really come naturally that, hey, I wanted to remember these stuffs, so I wanted to put this into writing.
Yes, that's definitely it. Yes.
That's nice,
And I
Yvonne.
want other
And you know what,
people,
Yvonne?
I
I'm
want
sorry, go
other
ahead.
people to enjoy. I want it not just to be me, but I wanted other people to enjoy what these pets were.
Right, definitely, Yvonne. And you know what, Yvonne? I must say that having this book is a really successful creation. Are there any times that maybe, let's say, encounter a most difficult part of your writing process?
I don't, not, no, not at all. It just
Wow.
basically flowed. It just flowed. I love to write. I love to write. And
Mm-hmm.
I just sit and I just write as the thoughts flow from me. I've always been like that. So
Yes. Ever
there was
since that you're a child, right? You really love into writing.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I love to write.
That's nice, Yvonne. And also, Yvonne, I know that your family also love these stories, the experiences that you've had with your pet. Now, may I know what was the impact of writing this book to you and to your loved ones? Especially that there's already a story that you can share to your grandkids, right?
Yes, it everybody is enjoying it. And what I love about it is people who have read the book will come up to me and say, "Oh, did you
Mm,
know my dog? Did you know my dog?" They can relate to it. It's
mm,
they can personally relate to the stories. And that I
right.
find very, that is very satisfying for me. I
Yes.
achieved what I
And
set
you know
out
what,
to
Yvonne?
achieve.
This kind of story of yours is really it's not just a story, but it's more than that, because I believe that this kind of book is also advocating for a specific cause and agenda to, for knowing the behavior of your pet, the grooming they need, the affection, let's say. This is really a good help to have pets, to have it to be easier for them to express also themselves, and not just from the, let's say, from the foods that you gave them, from the right attitude to act towards them. It's really an amazing kind of book, especially for the people that who wanted to have a pet. This is really going to be a great guidance as well. I
Yes,
must
it
say
is. Yes,
it's
yes.
going to be a
I've had
great.
other people say that. When I
Mm-hmm.
read your book, I thought, oh, I think I need a pet like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And at the same time, it's not just about for a parent wanted to learn some information, some things about their book, but it's also how you can also teach your dog to also adapt to new environments. You also need to learn to detect signs of, let's say, stress, signs of happiness, and at the same time having a plan ahead of time to avoid these things, to
Yes,
avoid
definitely.
right, this is really going to
Def-
be a great book. And I must say, Yvonne, that you did really great job on this.
Thank
I like.
you. Thank you.
Yes, and also Yvonne, there we already have viewers right now who might be interested to also have a pet in the near future. Now I want to do or let's say, what would you advise to someone who would also want it to be a fur parent? What would the possibilities that they may face? Are there any cons of that? So what would be the things that you can advise for them?
For parents,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think my advice would be is let your pet become a part of the family, a member of the family. Let the children feel that they're a member of the family, and that taking care of the pet is part of you loving the pet in return for the pet loving you, because as long as you take good care of your pets, they will love you. So it's a love from pet to child, or from child to pet. It's all just that love that exists right there. And if the love is there, the child will be excited to know that the pet is happy. And if taking the pet for a walk is what makes the pet happy, then they'll want to take the pet for a walk, you know, and see him walking
Right.
and enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and that is amazing, Yvonne. On at the same time, when you are enjoying what you're doing, then everything would really comes naturally. It wouldn't be a hard thing for you to do, especially when taking care of pets. Once you love what you're doing, it would come naturally, and at the same time, the pet can also take advantage of that. That what you're enjoying, grooming with them, enjoying having or giving them food, and at the
Yes,
same time it's
yes.
actually an advantage for the dogs because there's also a benefit of that, right? On
There
how the
is.
dog act towards you as
And
well as your fur
you,
parent.
yes, definitely,
Right.
definitely.
Hmm. Yes. And what about right now, Yvonne? Do you have a new pet,
No,
or
I don't.
your family has do you
We
guys have a pet?
we have downsized, and so I like my pets to have space to run around outside,
Mm-hmm.
and so right now I don't have a pet, but just thinking of these makes my day.
Right.
Just
And
thinking
that's
about them
priceless.
makes my day. Yes.
Absolutely, Yvonne. I can tell. But we might not know because, maybe one of your grandkids would, hey, 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 grandma, I wanted to introduce you a new pet and I want to have this. We
Well,
wanted to have this. That's cute.
actually, one of my granddaughters, they have a pet, and he is absolutely adorable. He's a
Wow, that's nice.
he is so loving. He is so loving. He wants to get up into your lap every time you go over to the house.
Uh-huh. Right. And you know what? I can tell, Yvonne, that your grandkid is very lucky to have you as her grandparent. Why? Because, having all of these experience and how to act and what would be the right act that needs to be done towards having a pet is really something that would be very helpful for them. And that's
Yes,
awesome.
definitely. Because sometimes they'll say such and such a thing, and they'll
Uh-huh.
call me and say, Nana, what can I do? The dog is, so and so. And I said, okay, this is what you do. Yeah,
Wow, see? Wow, that's nice. That's
yeah,
nice. So it's actually another act of having a good relationship, not just with their pet, but also towards you as a grandparent, on their grandchildren. Wow, and that's awesome. That's
yeah.
lovely, Yvonne. Right. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Yvonne.
Oh,
And
you're welcome.
I'm really enjoying all these moments with you, having this discussion. Very, such an inspirational story, I can say. Because again, it's not just about the book, but it's also showing what was the experience you've had from your pets.
Yes,
I like
definitely.
that. And yes, Yvonne, what would you, let's say, I wanted you to also take this opportunity to, let's say, invite our viewers for your upcoming book signing during the LA Times Festival of Books. So take the stage, Yvonne.
Yo, I am looking to forward to that so much. In Los
Hmm.
Angeles, they're having the Film Festival Book Fair, and I'll be there doing signing of the book, and I get an opportunity to meet other authors and to just share. And I'm really looking forward to that. That Reader
Right.
Magnet has really set up a excellent signing for me as they did the last time. So
Wow.
thank them very much for their expertise and professionalism. Makes me so happy.
Wow, thank you so much for that, Yvonne. And of course, here with Readers Magnet family, from the bottom of our hearts, we also love you. And thank you so much for also choosing us to be part of this journey. And yes, everyone, for our viewers, Miss Yvonne Bronstorph will be there during the LA Times Festival of Books. So she will be doing her book signing, and the schedule for that that would be on April 22nd to the 23rd. Yes, in University of Southern California, Los Angeles, USC campus. And yes, viewers, it will be your chance to know her more as an author and, of course, more information about her book. Thank you so much, Yvonne. And yep,
Thank you.
again, as we say it here in Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Yvonne.
Thank you so much.
You take care, Yvonne. Thank you. Bye
Thank
now.
you, Leah. Thank you.